Uh, Next up on the list, Friday night in Brazil, Packers at Eagles. Eagles laying 2, over under 49. So far, 71% of the bets coming in the Packers as the dog, 78% of the bets in the over, interesting, and 67% of the money line bets coming in the Eagles. Okay. This is honestly, this one I kind of feel like is like the throw your hands up special. I'll take the favorite. I'll lay the 2 points with the Eagles. I don't love it. The bet that I do like a lot more, I think, is the under.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand. I mean, first off, it's a strange field. We don't know what the field conditions are going to be. I guarantee at some point you're going to be seeing a sideline reporter holding a shoe on the sidelines. So there's probably going to be something weird with footing where these teams aren't going to be able to get a lot of traction or too much traction or a problem with traction of some sort, and they're just not going to be able to move the ball or to run and move the ball the way they expect to. I just think it's a weird field, unique environment they haven't played in. They don't really know how the stadium's going to operate. How the stadium's really going to how the wind is going to play. Things like that can really make a difference, especially in when it's a game of inches like the NFL. So I like the under here. I lean to the Eagles. I'm probably going to look for some props as opposed to looking to go crazy on the money line or on the spread in this one. Mark, what say you?
It pains me to say it, but I'm going with the Packers plus two and a
take
half.
take your shirt off.
No, no. Um, so last year the Eagles, they kind of combusted in the later half of the season. Um, they really turned into a dumpster fire. We're one and done in the playoffs. Uh, part of that, at the end of the season, stories came out that Nick Sirianni was seemingly a complete wild man and had pretty much lost control of the team. They had to have the security guy hauled off the field,
That's right.
and apparently Jalen Hurts wasn't getting along with Nick Sirianni just because he was an absolute crazy person. Everyone kind of expected Sirianni to get fired at the end of the year, but by some miracle he didn't. So the real question is, you know, are they a more disciplined team now than they were a year before? And I think this really comes down to coaching.
Mm.
I think Matt LaFleur is going to have his Packers team probably more prepared to win a game in Brazil than maybe the Eagles will. One thing to note that the Packers and the Eagles both have new running backs. Eagles signed Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
The Packers got Josh Jacobs. So it'll be interesting to see how these two play into the mix for their respective offenses. Um, the first week of the season is always most difficult because we don't know what anyone's tendencies are going to be going forward. So it'll be interesting to see, how these running backs are used in the offense. I also like the under at 49. Considering it's a road game for both teams in a country that I don't think they've ever played a game in Brazil before. Um, so I think this being an out of country game, might play in heavily to uh, their preparedness on both sides.
And you also, you got to wonder, like, what are these guys eating? What are they drinking?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
somebody going to come down with a butt pea special like right ahead of game time? Nobody.
yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
That'd be my worry. Sure, I'm not even kidding. Like I've always that's always been my concern. Like
Well,
traveling
there
around.
was there was also the story that the Eagles players. This is over the summer. The Eagles players couldn't wear green because it was like a gang color, and that they might get shot by one of the Brazilian gangs. I don't know about that.
Don't the Packers wear green also? Like,
I don't think it's the same green, is it?
oh, yeah, the Brazilian gangs known for
It could be a matter of it could be a matter of life and death depending on which.
Brazilian gangs known for their their well trained eye when it comes to very specific shades of green.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, that's a forest green. Get him.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's my logic going the Packers. The other thing is we saw Jordan Love ascend throughout the last half of the season. He didn't start off great, so it'll be interesting to see if he's able to keep that momentum going into Week 1. But yeah, I'm going with the Packers plus 2.5.
Okay.